What's going on, everyone? Chris Beans here with Bowler's Rant, bringing you one new update from ROTO GRIP Bowling. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Okay, I am all kinds of excited for today's video. We have one amazing release from ROTO GRIP coming stateside. Let's take a look at the gem. This is a little bit of a new and old line put together. So technically it's a new line because I don't think we've had a ROTO GRIP ball called the Gem before, but it's using some technology from yesteryear, a la the Defiant series, and marrying it with some of the updated technology. And we're going to get all kinds of into that because that's what we do around here. So let's head on over to the interwebs, to the ROTO GRIP section of the Storm Bowling website. And so what's going on here? This is an HP4, so that's their high performance line. Always typically reserved for asymmetric balls. And here we are. Here's the gem. Let's take a quick tour of the pour. Looking pretty good so far. They got some fancy words for the colors, and we'll get into that. There's some words here: brilliant, extraordinary, magnificent. So, what they're saying is, this thing's a gem. And if you think about that, people talk about yesteryear balls and they call them gems all the time. So this is kind of a harken, and they're going back to this Defiant series, and they're really talking about their LRG core. I'm guessing that means low rotation of gyration, right? And it's the lowest asymmetric ROTO GRIP core they've ever created. So they're wrapping this with microtracks for heavy oil conditions. So you got some specs down here, and we're going to go, first of all, take a quick look at the flyer. This is looking really good. Really like the marketing here. If I first looked at this, I would have thought this is an overseas ball, but this is coming stateside. Now, for the specs. This ball has the Microtrack solid reactive cover stock, which I really like, and the Defiant LRG core. The color, citrine, ruby, amethyst. That might be fancy for gold, red, and navy blue, but since I'm colorblind, I am not the expert. Somebody can fact check me on that and drop a comment. The finish is 2000 grit Abalone. This is designed for heavy oil, available in weights 12 to 16 pounds, and the number's at 15 pounds, 2.47 RG with a .053 differential and a .016 asymmetric differential. So what's really cool here is they're talking about the core. That's this thing, the Defiant LRG core. This core used to have a different name though, right? How do I know that? Did some research on a different website. Here it is. And this thing used to be called the Paragon core. Interesting enough, it also used to have microbyte solid. So I don't know if somebody can fact check me on if microbyte became microtracks. I don't know. This was before my time. Drop a comment, please. But this thing has been modified. So if we go back to the website, what they're saying is they did some altering of the composite of the core shape to create the fastest revving, strongest continuing low RG asymmetric core ever done. Okay, so this thing's going to spin up quick. Lots to talk about. So what kind of ball is this? It's asymmetric solid. This is the big ball. This is the ball that you bring at the top of your stack when you need to get through oil and still have enough punch to get back into the pocket and get a fair amount of pin carry or strikes, because there's no point in having a bowling ball if it can't slow down and shape right and go through the pocket. ROTO GRIP did release a video with some styles. We've got some of that queued up. So here is the boss, Shannon O'Keefe herself, throwing the gem, right? This is the stroker, what we would consider a stroker style. She's playing a pretty tight line there, and it goes in, looking pretty sharp, going through the pocket. Now, let's get the messenger. Booyah. Now, I did queue up this other one, Chayton Peterson. This is the two-hander, and I really like watching this guy. He throws it so good. Out and back in. It's just slamming. Now, a lot of solids, they slow down in the middle, and they just kind of puke into the pocket in the asymmetric line. As of the last few years, though, these manufacturers have been changing that up, and ROTO GRIP's no exception. We first saw stuff like that with the UFO, and this one's no exception. There is quite a bit of shape into the back, and because it's asymmetric, you should have a variety of different options for your layout style. Circling back to the shelf appeal, this is my favorite section of the review, and it's very clear that this logo in front of it is the Defiant LRG core with the title in front of it, the gem, right? So you got the sparkles in there, you've got the diamond, engravings inside the gem name. It's pretty sharp and it means business, and it's very easy to see. It will be very recognizable when it's sitting on the rack. And this color, if you remember when we just looked at the ball motion, looked pretty easy to read as it went through its different phases of ball motion. And I encourage everybody to go to the ROTO GRIP YouTube channel, go check out that video, see for yourself. There's a couple other styles on there, and watch the rest of that video and drop them some comments as well. So Universal release date will be in the video description as usual. And of course, if you want to learn more about this ball and where you can pick it up, I've got a link in the description where you can grab this on bowlersmart.com. A lot of great information there. So what do you think of the gem? Do you like the idea of a new HP4 ball? Asymmetric solid, microtracks, all the good stuff? What do you think about this shelf appeal? Do you like the colors? And if you were to get the gem, what layout would you go with? Drop me a comment. Let me know. Let's continue the conversation. More updates are coming. And until then, bow well.